Hello, everybody. I hope we are okay today. Just like I promised in my previous video, when I was doing a mini workshop on PL1 job recruitment and interviews, today I want to do for PL2. PL2 is departmental head post, previously called HOD post. It's just been a rearrangement of words. Um, Remember in the PL1, I said we have 6 dimensions: knowledge of the subject, administration duties, classroom management, communication skills, stakeholder relations, and also knowledge of assessment techniques. Now, with the departmental head, on top of those 6, when I say on top of those 6, I'm simply telling you that those dimensions are also there in the post level 2 post, but then we add 2 new, which are team management and knowledge of the legislative frameworks. Now, I'm not going to talk about the 6 because I spoke about them in my previous video. Today I'm going to talk only about team management and legislative framework. Now, let me start with knowledge of the legislative framework. On this dimension, you are likely to be given scenarios or case studies. And as they give you the case study, they would like to check with you if you know the legislative framework that best deals or that would best deal with that situation. So I would advise you to go to the ELRC documents, read about the legislations that govern the teaching and learning in the schools, or those that which govern the schools generally. If you familiarize yourself with that book, you will be in a position to better respond to questions on that. We have the South African Schools Act, Employment Equity Act, Educators Employment Act, National Educators Policy Act. We have White Paper 6. We have this White Paper 6 talks about inclusive education. You need to have the knowledge around this, because you may be given a scenario. Suppose they can say to you, you realize that in your class there's a learner who's having visual impairment. This child is unable to see what is written on the board. Now, as a departmental head, how are you going to go about assisting this child or ascertaining that this child is included or gets the proper education like the rest? You see, this is a policy matter. You need to talk about White Paper 6 of inclusive education. You need to talk about the SIAS: screening, identification, assessment, and support. You need to talk about the fact that the school should have the SBS team, school-based support team. You need to talk about such things. You need to talk about what the law says about that situation. In one of the interviews that I attended, they did not give me a scenario. They just said to me, just state the legislative frameworks that are usually enclosed or that are part and parcel of the everyday situations in education. I just stated them. And a warning that I got after the interview was that when you state the legislative frameworks, do not use acronyms. Do not say EEA, SASA, NEPA. Don't say that. State the policy in full. But when it comes to the numbers, isn't it that you would be having South African Schools Act number 20 of 2002? Don't worry about those. As long as you state the policy in full, that's enough. Because this year's the version or the volume of the policy and the year upon which it was updated and what, sometimes you may get them confused and they can even confuse you. Remember, if you say the year wrongly or the volume wrongly, you may not even be able to deliberate correctly. So you just say South African Schools Act, Educators Employment Act, then you have simplified your life. Okay, so this question is usually coming in the form of scenarios or case studies. As you listen, then you must be knowing that, oh, this is going with this policy. This is going with this legislative frameworks. In my next video, I will then take you through all this legislative frameworks that are in education, so that you know that this one deals with this. I'll just give you synopsis for an idea. Good. Let's come to the other new dimension, which is team management. On team management, remember, you are going to be a departmental head, meaning you are sort of going to be heading a school within a school. If, as Matiba, I'm the departmental head of mathematics and physical sciences, in that school, all the maths and science educators are under my care, are under my umbrella. It's a team. And wherever there's human resource, wherever there's a group of people, conflict is inevitable. There's likely to be quarrels. There's likely to be fights. Now, as a departmental head, you must know that you are a unifier. You must not take sides. You must not show favoritism. You must always listen to both sides of the story if there is a feud between or amongst your subordinates. And another thing, in terms of team management, if you are having a matter at hand and you realize that it is starting to be beyond you, then you escalate it to your nearest superior or your immediate supervisor, who would be the deputy principal or the principal in some schools. Not forgetting that some schools are very small. As the departmental head, you find that you are even the second in command. There is no deputy. You are technically the second in command. Now, you are responsible for the entire school. Not only the people within your subjects. You find that you are also responsible to those who teach other subjects. Now, your spectrum is now broad. You deal with lots and lots and lots of affairs that are taking place in the school. So you need to possess team management skills, communication skills, time management skills, decision-making skills, risk management skills. Okay. In one of the interviews, I was asked, you are appointed at a school as a departmental head, and there was a person who was acting. And upon your appointment, you are now working with a bitter subordinate. This person thinks you stole their post. This person is not cooperative, because at the back of their minds, they think you stole their post. And mind you, you know nothing about that. You know nothing about the fact that they were acting and all. How do you go about working with this person, having this person submitting, although they are angry and bitter at you? When you have a situation like this, this is how you deal with it. You are a manager. You are managing your department. You are managing the curriculum in your department. You instruct the person. You are not asking the person, sir, in our department, this is the policy. Remember, you would sit with them together. You draft your departmental policy that is going to govern your interactions. And they must all agree to it. For example, you say, when exams have been administered, we give you 4 days to mark the scripts. And on the 4th day, you return the mark sheet for post-moderation together with the scripts. If the person is not cooperative, you give the verbal warning. They do it again, second verbal warning. For the 3rd time, then you now tell your immediate supervisor, who would be the deputy principal or the principal, to say, I'm having a problem with Matipa. Matipa is not cooperative. Matipa does not go to class. Matipa is having a go-slow tendency. Matipa is having a sabotage type of an attitude. Then the superior will instruct and deal with him. But you must show that you are also a leader. Take charge of your car. You can't always take matters to your superior without first dealing with them. Deal with them. Show this person that, me bra, I am here to work with you, and you must help me to help you. Okay. So as a team leader, you are also required to close gaps. That is team management. Close gaps. Matipa is in your department. Matipa is on a sick leave, unfortunately, for 2 months. The department tells you that you don't qualify for a substitute. As a departmental head, you must close the gaps. You can't let kids be alone and say their teacher is on sick leave. Hey, they cannot give us a post, what. As a leader, you must be able to step up and close the gaps. Step up. This is where your excellence is seen. This is where your excellence is seen, because at the end of the day, when they will be looking for results from your department, you will be the first accounting officer. You would not tell people that Pat Matipa was not there. So you know that as a team leader, you always step up as and when a need arises, and you rise up to the occasion and assist the situation. I will close with this line. As a departmental head, never allow your department to collapse in your hands. Do whatever it takes to keep it alive, and do not show favoritism. Love all your teachers. Give them all the attention equally, because people are able to see if you are a favoritism type of a leader. Do not show it. Work with everybody uniformly. Listen to people. The fact that you are a departmental head, it doesn't mean that you know everything. It doesn't mean that you know that subject better than one subordinate. You may have a subordinate who's more knowledgeable than you. Listen to them, take advices, consolidate them, and internalize them, and give feedback where you are supposed to. Do not be a rigid departmental head and be hard on people. It's not nice. Otherwise, people will give you the taste of your own medicine. Work with people harmoniously. And if you are that type of a leader, you will see that because of your energy that is positive, it will be contagious. It will even affect your people, and they will be able to do what is right. Okay. So I'm speaking to young and vibrant departmental heads. When the posts are advertised or gazetted, please apply. Tune in, watch this clip in your preparation. I guarantee you'll never go wrong. And when you are in the interview room, convince the panel that you are a leader. Convince the panel that you can lead and drive the department. In some schools, you find that the department you are applying to be a head for has been not doing well. They will even give you a challenge to say, you know the situation, these are the results analysis. How are you going to take us out of this problem? You need to be a strategic leader. Give them strategies in order to get out of this underperformance. I am going to this. Be innovative, be strategic, and on top of that, be an implementing type of a strategist. Don't just say things which you will not do. Okay? So that is all about PL2. Do not forget, this is in addition to what we spoke about on PL1. Now we are just adding this extra 2 dimensions, and off we go. Don't forget, when you go to your interviews, dress up. Remember, now you are going there up as a contestant for departmental head. You are already working. You are already on person. I cannot be saying don't wear this. You know how to dress up as a professional. Go there, dressed up as a professional, fully prepared. It is pathetic to interview a departmental head who does not know something in the subjects in which they want to head. How are you going to head us if you don't know this subject? Departmental head, no. So let's get ready. Let's prepare ourselves. The future is too bright. Thank you.